Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will see the implementation of global exception handler in ASP.NET Core application. Whenever the exception occurs in any where in the application, so our application should be able to handle the exceptions at global level, and it should generate the response as well. So we will see how we can implement in .NET 9, or within few steps we will implement our global exception handler. So first I will give you some examples to get an error through the exception. After this we will see that how our application is handling those errors, and how the exception, how the responses are generating in the APIs. So let's get discuss and let's get implement without getting any delay. So let me show you something that in the program CS I have created an minimal API which only works for throw a new exception, which is something went wrong. Okay, or let me run this application and we will see that how this application will behave whenever I will hit this API through the HTTP file. So let's see, and you will get to know that why it is important to implement the exception handling. So it is running here. Simply I will send the request, then we will see an exception it will throw uh, by this minimal API, which is get exception. And what we will see, yes, the exception is throwing here. Or simply if you go there and you will see the responses like this, and it is showing the stack errors, and it is showing us that a very technical detail about the exceptions. So if we want to handle this thing and if we want to change the response, so we will change the response through the exception handling. So let's see how we can do this. So for removing this kind of errors in the responses, so simply what we have to do, just add a new class which should be named as a exception handler, like this, global exception handler, like this. Okay, and just create the class and make sure that this class should be inherited from the IException handler. Just enter here, or if you go to show potential fixes, and it will and please implement the interface. So it will generate a new method. Okay, which is available in the IException handler. So here we are doing implementation of the this method. So this is the try handle async, or it is passing three parameters: HTTP context, exception, and cancellation token. Cancellation token is for gracefully canceling the request while we are getting the any exception in our application. So simply what we will do here, first let me introduce the iLogger through the primary constructor. Okay, so simply I will pass the global exception handler class here, or in this way we initialize our logger through the primary constructor, and whenever we got the exception we always create the logger, and it is the best practice to managing the error through the logger. Okay, like this. Or simply I will pass the exception, and in the exception I will have to do something else, that exception message like this, or I will pass on here as a message, or exception got at I will pass the time here like this, or exception.messages, or that time dot UTC now like this. Okay. So here we have created our logger. Now just call the problem details class here like this, or simply you have to give some things like a title. In the title you will detail, in the detail you will get the exception messages like this, or in the title you will have to do something else like here you can pass on the messages. Here in the instance you will have to tell the users that through which request we got the exception. So simply we will get simply we have to write context dot request path. It will tell me that from which API, from which method I got the exception. Or if you want to do more that status, okay, it is very necessary part. So status codes dot status 500 internal server error like this. Now what we will have to do, I will simply get the response dot status code, or detail dot status dot value like this. So await HTTP context response. So I will convert the response to JSON, and here I will pass on the details and cancellation token as well, so that it will do everything smoothly and gracefully. So in this way we created our global exception handler method. Okay. Now we will have to add the global exception handler here. So builder.services.exception handler, and here I have to pass the exception handler class that we have created earlier. And after this, what I will have to add, I will have to add problem details as well that we have created there. So add problem details like this. Okay, so in this way we added the here. Now we have to use the global exception uh, handler. So just here app dot use exception handler like this. In this way we implemented the global exception handler, and whenever we got the error in the application, then our application will be handled and will be create a response in in the in such of this manner that we will get the details, title, instance, and a status code as well. And simply run this application, and we will see that is it working fine or not. So if we go there, or I will send the request again, then we will see that the response that we have created there like this. So the response is changed, like the response is changed here, or we got the problem details here that title is something went wrong. In the details we have passed the exception messages, status is 500, and in the instance we got the path of the method where the exception is occurred like this. Or in this way you got this response while the exception is occur at the global level. Okay, now let me create another method so that we will be assured that everything is working fine or not. So get uh, array exception like this. I put the method name like this. Simply what you have to do, I will create uh, an array, okay, and an array size will be around 10, okay, like this. And what I am trying to here, simply I am trying uh, array 12th of index. I am trying to get the value of 12th index of this array. Or if I run this application, okay, or simply let me copy this thing so that we will get the error, or I will use in the HTTP file, simply paste it here or run the request, then you will get an error that out of bound exception. So like this, it is showing me that index out of range exception, or simply hit there. Then in the HTTP file, you will see the response like this, okay, exception handler. Okay, so uh, let me add something here, that uh, throw new exception, which is uh, index out of range, like this. In this way, uh, I will get the response. Or sorry, I forgot to add this line. Or let me tell you why I add this line, okay, and send the request again, okay. So in this way we got the error, or and we got the response. So make sure that so you see that why I add this line, why, because whenever you add this line, this will call the global exception handler, and, and you see that I forgot to add this line, so I didn't get any response, and we got the blank here, okay. So if we want to use, and if you want to get the exception handler, so simply you have to call the exception class as well in case of exception, okay. So I hope you got an idea about implementation of global exception handler in the .NET 9. Or it is a very quick video, and it was a very quick step to implementation of this thing, okay. So thank you for watching this video till here, and guys, I just want to remind you that please subscribe my YouTube channel and share this video to your friends, your colleagues, your network as well, and hit the like button. Or till then, take care guys, bye bye, have a good day.